When my wife asked my son, "What does that mean?" He said, "What we share at school is confidential." She said, "Well, what about mom and dad? Can you tell us?" And he said, "No, I don't think so." Okay, the testimony of Michael Lisac. My name is Michael Lisac, and I am here in a dual capacity, one to represent the views of a father of 4 children who have gone through North Clackamas School System, and in the capacity of an advisory board member for North Clackamas Elementary School, which is part of our North Clackamas School District. Here are examples of 2 courses which caused parents to file complaints. MACOS, which stands for Man, a Course of Study, and TA for Teens. MACOS was a very subtle way of teaching our children genocide, homosexuality, euthanasia. It goes through, in story form, the Eskimo culture in Alaska. TA for Teens is transactional analysis, which devastates the relationship between parents and children, and not only the parents and children, but all authority. It leaves our children thinking they can be autonomous, and autonomy means the children's own rules and regulations. To give an example of that in TA for Teens, one of the things it does is to tell children how to bring out the parent in people. For example, they could do this by destroying things of value. That is vandalism, and we wonder why vandalism is on the rise. And I will remind everyone this was early 1984s. Think about what's going on today. The middle finger in the air is an excellent way to bring parents down on you. Spilling things consistently over and over and over is another example of bringing out the parent. TA for Teens is not an exceptional program. It is one of the philosophies used to implement the worksheets in the curriculum. Something else that is really important is how they implemented the overall program. Whether it's Sidney Simon or situation ethics or transactional analysis or role-playing or magic circles, they are inflicting their philosophy on children. How did they do it? Well, they do it through a very simple technique called home rules. At McLaughlin Junior High, every class that our children attends has home rule signs, and what they say is what I think. There are no right and wrong answers. When the child comes out, I'll guarantee you he will be autonomous, will not respect any authority except the child's own authority. So he could kill, he could push drugs, he could rape and murder, and there are no right or wrong answers. When my wife asked my son, "What does that mean?" He said, "What we share at school is confidential." She said, "Well, what about mom and dad? Can you tell us?" And he said, "No, I don't think so." That's the thing. They just keep it secret.
Jeez. School's been keeping secrets from parents for a very, very long time. That's the whole purpose of K through 12.
When you hear them talk about student agency, student voice, They are talking about this same idea of that the child does not need to answer to authority, that the authority or the teachers or the staff or even the parents that are engaging with that child are equal to that child, and that child's opinions and lived experiences for whatever little they've had are equally as important as ours as adults and people with more experience and wisdom.
Michael was in Oregon, and there was a previous testimony from his wife, Joanne Lisac, as well. So if you didn't catch that, go back and listen to that. Hers was fantastic. So